teen boys in Japan apparently aren't doing much kissing. What is this story? What does this mean?
So for a while, they've been saying that there's a population decline in Japan. And so they recently did a poll and found that between the ages of 15 and 18, surveying over 12,000 kids, that only 22.8% of boys from the age of 15 to 18 say that they have kissed somebody, and that's dropped significantly in the past 3 years.
They said it's down to 70s. Like, that was the number in the 70s.
Why? Because people. Why aren't they? Is there a reason? What's the correlation?
But they think
jerking
that
off the hentai.
Jerk off on the internet.
Yeah.
they also think that during the pandemic that kind of like separated people, and they do say that masturbation is up tremendously and like person-to-person contact is down.
That's another thing, right? Like the internet has made it so that people aren't dating. Social media makes it so people don't approach other people. Yeah. Like the idea of, I got to give James credit, dude. James, he's such a little pimp.
He's out there. He's handsome.
He's just willing to take the shot.
Yeah.
Like there was a girl, he's in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu chat group with like these kids, and he had a little bit of a crush on one of the girls. And I guess she's in musical theater too, so she was talking about how she had to miss practice.
So he's trying to tap a couple things.
Yeah, she had to miss practice to go to
tapping in.
a rehearsal.
I got it, Chris.
And then
some of these are just for Zach.
No, they're good. But then he was like straight up like texted her. He was like, hey, I would love to come see your play sometime. I love musical theater.
Charming.
Just going for it. Charming. And then another girl in the group just wrote gay. Yeah. Oh man. And then I was just like, but it was kind of good. I don't think he realized because I read the chat because I go to his phone sometimes to make sure he's not doing anything weird. And
the girl who called him gay clearly has a crush on him.
He didn't realize what she was saying. Like, he didn't get it, and I was like, oh damn. I was like, James, she's dunking on you right now in this chat group. And he just was like kind of oblivious to her calling him gay.
But you like musical theater.
Yeah.
So
you ever Lewis do a little Les Mis in the car?
The girl called him gay because he was like saying, I want to come see your play, and but which is the opposite of gay. It's him taking the chance.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I think most little boys aren't, like most 11-year-old kids aren't being
shooting
like
shots.
Yeah, shooting a shot. And I think it's good for him to just in these early formative years get used to shooting a shot, get used to shaking hands with people, get used to making eye contact and having a real conversation. Yeah. That is going to be in the future. That is going to be future.
You'll be a
leaders of this country.
superhero.
Yeah,
you'll be a superhero.
Yeah. Big difference, huge difference.
Yeah, you won't be like these jerk off kids in Japan.
But you also got him around some people who just do that. Like that's probably a huge advantage, right?
What do you mean?
You have James is around professional comedians all the time. Like that's got to be like a boon to your confidence. You know what I mean? Everybody likes him, and they're literally professional performers.
Yeah, to a certain degree. I mean, he's got no confidence issues. He is a dweeb. Like he's a dork for sure.
That's good though. Like
yeah,
he's like he also does jujitsu. He's a handsome kid. It's like
he's not. Yeah, he's like a little bit of a he's just a nice kid, a dweeby kid. He's not like he's just.
It's not like you were.
No, I was a monster. It's so funny because he hangs out with Max, Bobby's son, and Max is much more like me. He's like a little monster, just willing to. For a fact, Max is out there just having little jerk parties and killing animals in the woods, and fucking
trying to go to plays.
It's crazy. Let's see.
I like how you put jerk parties and killing animals in the woods in the same box.
You do it at the same time.
Yeah.
I think he was talking about his childhood.
I was jerking off in the woods very often too.
Really?
In the woods?
I would go to the woods and beat my.
Wow.
Yeah.
With lube? Like, would you bring lube to the woods?
No, I was a dry jerker until I was.
Really?
I'm still a dry jerker.
Kids, it's Jack Squash.
That's insane.
I'm still a dry
Hunched
guy.
over teenage Lewis. You'll spook him.
Shh, quiet. It's average size foot.
Quarter foot.
So I mean, I guess like when I had my first kiss, I was in the 7th grade. First time I made out with a chick. Took the shot. Janine McIntyre. Just in a field.
Sweet Janine.
Her friend was dating my friend Mike. Her friend Megan was dating my friend Mike, and then they like set us up. We're like, all right, we're boyfriend and girlfriend now, and you just call yourself boyfriend or girlfriend at that age. You go, this is my girlfriend.
Yeah.
You're 12.
You don't even do anything yet. You just like
You like hold hands.
you ask.
In school.
I was already out of her. So I went to 2 middle schools. I was going to a different middle school at this point. So she was like my girlfriend that was going to a different middle school. And then we like met up one time like in a field and just like made out because our friends were like, oh, you're supposed to be making out. And I remember like it was just so. She had braces, and we just both opened our mouths and just swirled our tongues around in circles for like. It was gross.
Shook hands afterwards, both went.
It was
Guess
just
that's done.
so awkward.
Sounds like very clinical the way you're saying it.
Yeah, so awkward. Not romantic. Not good at all. It's my first good makeout sesh. Like where I was like, yo, that was like, wow. Maybe it was a girl that I lost my virginity to.
That
It was
tracks.
years later. It was years later. I mean, I made out with a few girls, but everything was always like truth or dare at a party. No one knows how to kiss. You're just going. Blah, blah, blah. You're trying your different techniques.
Yeah.
Are you still the polar bear? Those shouldn't be the same sounds. Gonna make out with the girl fat first.
Zach, what's the first girl you made out with, or the first person you made out
8th
with?
grade.
Was it a guy?
8th grade, nope, girl.
Yeah,
Indian girl.
Indian girl.
And I remember her name, and it was hilarious.
What was it?
Patel Patel.
And she told you. She said, "Don't tell."
Hatel. Her first name was Hatel.
Patel Patel.
And you made out with her. What was the scenario?
We were at a movie birthday party seeing, what was the Sandra Bullock movie where she goes to rehab? 28 Days?
Maybe.
Something like that.
Maybe
And yeah, we made out in the back of the movie
back in the
theater.
movie theater. You and this girl. She
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, Zach trying to get a little turn down service at the old Hotel Patel.
And no, she was this awkward, nerdy chick. And then I remember I had to throw out my champion sweatshirt because it smelled like
Smelled
Indian.
Like Indian. Wow.
And you were worried your parents would be upset at you.
No, they knew. They knew what was going on.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris?
It was probably a similar situation. I don't even remember.
You didn't remember your first kiss. That's crazy. Am I for remembering my first kiss?
No.
No.
So
I remember my
vividly. We
first
all remember.
blowjob.
You guys remember your first kiss.
Yeah.
Justin is 70 years old.
Mine was like mine was.
Justin
It was
Oh,
1945.
No, I'm trying to
We're
remember.
behind the malt shop.
Jackie Robinson.
I bought her a pop.
First time.
I'm trying to remember which girl it was.
We were celebrating Eisenhower's victory.
I was
And
like,
I said, our boys are coming home.
you're a handsome woman. Let me look at those smackers.
In America, the boys are kissing the girls.
He kicked his foot up in Times Square during his first kiss.
It was the Thanksgiving Day Macy's Day Parade.
All right, Gio, your turn. Which cousin, which stairwell?
No, it was actually
Puerto Rican girl across the street from me lost her virginity to her stepbrother.
it was actually a stairwell in prison. No, my first one I was in 6th grade. It was a Middle Eastern named Saudia.
Saudia? Her name was Saudia?
Like
I hooked
Saudi
up with a
Arabia.
chick like
So
that,
on the
too.
nose.
Nice.
Her name was
like very
Iran Contra
She
hearing.
was like the prettiest. She was like the prettiest girl in our grade. Just
Really?
slim, pretty, long hair down to her butt.
And you look like you're in middle school now, so I could imagine
Oh,
at
yeah.
this time you're like a little mouse.
I looked like a little baby because I was like probably like 4'11" at that
4'11".
time. Man, I was tiny.
And what was the
She was
the move?
7-Eleven.
Yeah, she was and then she became 9'11".
Damn, these are
Great.
But then,
What was your move?
Louis
How
and
did
Zac
that
are
go
back,
down?
baby.
well, look, she was dating this other kid in our class. I stole her away from this Puerto Rican dude, and they were used to make out in the staircases. So like at the end of the day, you would be walking down and they're like making out, and then they broke up. So I shot my shot. I'm like, yo, I want to make out with this.
Yeah.
And then we went out for like 6 months, and after like school every day, we'd just get to the staircase, make out, and we'd have an audience. It'd be like these 2 black twins, Lonnie and Donnie, and this other white kid. And then when I would get to the bus, they just called me the Magic School Bus. That just became my nickname because they said every time I get go on the bus, I just have like a big smile. Man, look at this, man, the Magic School Bus.
I think it's because you look like the lizard from the show. Those when you first start like hooking up like that.
Oh, dude, I
it's-
felt like the man getting
it
on
has to
that
be the
bus.
best.
I was
6th
like,
grade has to be the
yeah.
best, dude.
And I know they're watching up there like a bunch of.
I had a hallway makeout girl my freshman year, and she was a senior, and she might be to this day the ugliest human being I've ever seen. She was horrendous. I remember my dad didn't know that it was my girlfriend, and her mom was blind. And I remember my dad saying once that God made her mom blind because her daughter was so
Oh my
ugly,
god.
and that it was a service to her.
Luis and Zac are back for the baby boy. Luis and Zac are back for them baby boys. Luis and Zac are back for them baby Zac back. When they making noise.